Hello, denizens. The attack by the woke-waffen on our cherished memories continues. This time, our favorite misanthrope, Roald Dahl, is in the crosshairs of the social justice warriors who want to cleanse our planet of all past and future transgressions. As Andrew Doyle calls them, the new Puritans. Our witch-burning schedule today includes Dahl, author of such horrific books as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, the BFG, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Twits, and many more. It seems that Penguin's children's book division, Puffin, has taken it upon itself, along with the apparent approval of the Dahl estate, to expurgate all of Dahl's works. References to weight, mental health, violence, gender, and race have been cut or rewritten by a special selected cadre of sensitivity readers. No longer will readers be horrified and offended at the use of an adjective like fat. It will just be enormous. Oompa Loompas will be transformed from small men to small gender-neutral people. The gender-neutral part was my addition, because if you're going to go for it, why not go all the way? The edits were made in concert with a company called Inclusive Minds, a collective that specializes in inclusion and accessibility in children's literature. Well, first off, the term collective should ring some Soviet-era warning bells. Inclusive Minds is deliciously Orwellian newspeak. You people out there complaining that I'm a bit too consumed by this anti-woke kick. What's your thoughts on this? I see some small victories, but then this comes about and you know the battle is far, far from over. What's funny about this particular example is that the Dahl Foundation would not have tried this sleight of hand if Roald was still alive. As I said at the top, he was a misanthrope. He hated people. Specifically, he hated stupid people. And more specifically, people he thought were stupid. That's what his books were about. Puffin, his weak relatives, and Inclusive Minds would have been ideal targets for one of his books because these are stupid people. But from my perch, I can see there are far more insidious alterations in his books, from just changing midgets to the vertically challenged. That's a joke we've had fun with for a couple of decades now. Nothing new there, but the woke-waffen have a more evil agenda. Matilda is no longer reading Rudyard Kipling. They changed it to Jane Austen. Was it the works of Kipling the Fahrenheit 451 expurgators didn't like? Or the mere fact that it was a male author? We know that according to the woke-waffen, straight white men are bad. All examples of heroic males must be removed. Then there's the reference to a witch who was a cashier at a supermarket. The witch is now a top scientist because more girls must be encouraged to go into STEM and not be worthless cashiers, or perhaps even worse, stay-at-home moms who have dedicated themselves to raising strong, caring children who don't need to be babied by redacted passages. In fact, why change the text at all? Just add black redacted bars across the damn books. Once again, we come to the main problem with wokeness. It creates nothing of value. It can only bowdlerize the past. How does one rewrite Dahl and go home satisfied that they've done a good day's work? As I said in a previous video, you create nothing. The digital tools you are using now were created by the very people you hate. Why are you using them? Get off all the digital platforms. Go into the woods and suck on mushrooms. Yes, it is ironic. This is yet another decision that should be left to the parents. The schools have decided that parents are not qualified to do anything but fill the seats of their classrooms with fresh meat. Schools want to create an army of social justice warriors, and that heartburn little Billy felt at lunch in them's grade 1's class must mean he's trans, and now a faculty of people will obstruct the parents of any future involvement in their child's life. This is the world we're living in, and the people doing this do not think they are doing anything wrong. In fact, the sanctimonious pronoun-afflicted believe they are in the right. We are getting very close to Fahrenheit 451. Will the woke-waffen come into our homes to remove unexpurgated versions of James and the Giant Peach? James and the weight-challenged peach? Is the only way to fight this by not buying these books? But you know what? I'm loath to even suggest that, because it seems that some group out there is boycotting something for some offense daily now. We'll be meeting in parks and clandestine get-togethers to exchange original copies of Shakespeare, Orwell, and Dahl. They are going after children's books because it's the children they want. And you parents with your faces in your devices, who have shoved devices into the hands of your toddlers to keep them quiet so you can be in your devices, you will only have yourselves to blame when your activist child comes home, snitches on you for having original copies of Faulty Towers DVDs. They will happily chortle as you are taken away to the chokey for punishment. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.